Happy New Year, guys! Welcome to 2015 and my first video for this year. I decided that my first video is gonna be a New Year's resolution video, sorta. So one of my main New Year's resolutions, I have a few, and this time I decided to become realistic with myself. I'm not gonna lie to myself like I usually do every single year. But this year I came up with very realistic New Year's resolutions, and one of them was I need to start becoming a tourist in my own country, because I started realizing that a lot of tourists have seen more of Kenya and know more about Kenya than I do, and I freaking live here. And I also realized that a lot of my friends are pretty much the same way. Like, we basically either go to Shags, which is like the rural area, or we're in Nairobi, or if we feel crazy, we go to Mombasa. So I decided that in 2015 I'm going to try to visit as many places as I can, basically just be a tourist in my own country. And on January 2nd I went to the Mara, first time ever, and Maasai Mara, in case anyone's confused. I decided to go to the Maasai Mara for the first time. I called my sister and also my mom, and they've been there like a bunch of times, which I found that so weird. When I was calling them, I was like, why have you been there so many times and I've never been there once? And my sister just basically told me, if you're going there for the first time, you have to drive, just because there's so much to see on the way there. Like, there's so much to experience, so many places. Like, you just learn so much just on the 6-hour trip there. So we drove there. It was, well, we didn't drive there. We had, we hired a tourist driver who took us there, and also was our guide inside the Mara and everything. And he stayed with us for those few days that we were there. And yeah, so on the way there, it was absolutely amazing, beautiful. It was great. Don't drive there if you know that you have neck or back issues, because the road gets stupid rough halfway through. Anyway, so I just compiled a few clips and videos and, you know, just my experience there, the traveling and everything. So take a look. Okay, so the trip there took about 6 hours driving. It was a lot of fun. It was just chill. We got to see a lot of villages, a lot of towns. The road was actually really, really good for at least 80% of the way. Randomly, the road just stops out of nowhere, and then we just get into the bumpiest, most uncomfortable road for 2 hours. Then we finally got to the hotel. We stayed at the Serena, I think. Yeah, if not, I'm sorry guys, I think I messed that up. But we stayed there for a couple of days. The landscape's amazing. The fun thing about being in the Mara is how empty and clear the place is. You don't see any traffic, no buildings, especially coming from the city. It's just so refreshing to just get to like fresh air and all that. It was absolutely stunning. As soon as we actually got onto the animal section, like outside the hotel, we saw lions in their natural habitat, which by the way is the most magnificent thing you can ever see. I mean, you can see a lion in the zoo and you're just kind of like, cool, it's a lion, I can feel its magnificence-ish. But when you see it in its natural habitat, that's when you actually feel like their power. I got to see a bunch of lionesses and a few grown cubs and 2 male lions, and they were some gangster folks. Also got to see a female lion calling out to other lions like, yo, let's go hunt, son. It kind of sounds like she's coughing out a hairball.
Sounds like a hairball. I think she's a hairball.
But yeah, she wasn't coughing out a hairball. She was absolutely, oh my god. And the cool thing is that when you actually hear the sound, you can actually physically feel it. It's just not just like making, you just don't hear it. You actually feel the vibrations by how strong her sound is. Then we got to see the male lion finally get up from his little throne, and he is huge, son. It was so big and so cute. And for the first time I actually finally understood, you know when you see tourists jumping out of cars to go pet animals and they get attacked, and you're just watching it on National Geographic, it's like, are you an idiot? Why would you think that is okay? When you actually see it in real life, you actually want to do that. I had to fight every single urge in my chest to not go and pet that lion. I wanted to just hug him and just make him mine and just take him home and just pet him forever. I also got to see a buffalo, which by the way was amazing because that thing is actually huge in real life. Huge. I actually never thought that a buffalo would actually make me feel like, yo, that thing is magnificent. Then we got to see some of the animals, I forgot what they're called, but all they do is like bob their heads, which is cool. It was fun just seeing them walk around with their babies. Then we got to see some hippos, which I love, but at least I know better when it comes to hippos. Like that, I did not have the urge to go pet them because I know that they're more dangerous than any other animal in Africa or in Kenya. Like they actually cause more deaths than any other wild animal. And we got to see some elephants. Yo, let me tell you something about elephants. Those things are straight up gangster. Like I'm more scared of elephants than I am of lions, but elephants are my favorite animals. I don't know if that makes any sense. I respect the crap out of an elephant. So, like when you see this clip, it looks like the elephant was like a safe distance, like maybe I zoomed in. No, I didn't because I forgot to change the lens on my camera. So when the animal seems like it's relatively close, because of the lens that I'm using, it makes things look further than they are, right? So if it looks like it was relatively close, it means in real life it was so freakishly close. I could throw a rock at it if I wanted to. So we got way too close to the elephants. And I think we got way too close to the elephants like 8 different times because they kept on freaking walking around near the van every single time we happened to be driving past an area. And I'm talking about like a herd of elephants, like a crew. We saw this mama elephant and she was just staring at us like, why are you getting too close? And I remember like we were panicking like, yo driver, I need you to like back it up. She's giving us that face. He's like, no, trust me, I know these animals. I know before she charges, I'll know when to reverse. And I'm just kind of like, can we not wait for her to try to kill us? Can we just like give her the respect that she deserves? Because she is a freaking magnificent creature. To me, elephants are like the Beyonce of like, of like the animal kingdom. Like you need to respect them. They have power. They can freaking kill you or take you down if they want to. And I respect that, so I need you to back it up. Gazelles and some cute little birds. I forgot what they're called. Some more giraffes crossing roads and, you know, blocking us from moving because they're looking at us like, boo, I'm taller than all of y'all combined, please. Then we got to pass by a small little Maasai town, which is also the fun thing about when you actually drive there or drive back. You can actually stop by little villages. So it was an actual like legit Maasai village. We got to learn a lot about the culture. We got to see their homes. So this is some of the jewelry that I bought from the Maasai village. It's legit. It was actually made by a Maasai, which I thought was so much more fun than, you know, buying this stuff from Maasai markets, just because you don't know if a Maasai actually made them or it's just somebody who learned how to do some beadwork and then just, you know, said, yeah, it's a Maasai necklace. This stuff is straight up legit. So the village that we got to see, the fun thing was, since it's so far away from civilization, they had to open up their own schools because of the new Kenyan laws about everybody has to be educated, I think before Sunday 8 or something like that. So everyone has to be educated. So they had to open up their own schools because the schools that they had to go to were so far that kids would literally have to walk for like 3 hours there and 3 hours back. So they decided to open up their own school. And so they started selling these pieces of jewelry to tourists as a way for them to actually fund the school, to, you know, get school books and everything, and to just, you know, as a way for them to educate their kids. So I had to buy as much as possible just because I also love the fact that the money was going somewhere that's going to be helpful for the people within the village. So yeah, these are the ones that I got. The blue one underneath is apparently for weddings. The one on top, I'm not really sure what it was for. I forgot to ask because I was just too excited about how it makes noise. I love these. I'm gonna be wearing the blue one on Saturday for something that I'm going to with a few friends. So I will show you guys how I styled it and all that jazz. Yeah, so I hope you all liked this video. You guys should actually be expecting more of this kind of videos, like tourist stuff, things that I do around Kenya. So yeah, I hope to see you all very soon. I love you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye.